Welcome back to Doc to Us podcast, Health Tips Weekly, Episode 23. Side effects of COVID-19 vaccine. Should you be worried? It has been almost a year since Malaysians had our first National Movement Control Order, MCO, to curb the rise of COVID-19 pandemic. 1 year later, our Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin took his first vaccine jab on February 22 to kickstart a nationwide exercise, which aims to provide COVID-19 immunization for free to the people in Malaysia, locals, and foreigners alike. Yes, we know, after a long and arduous fight against the pandemic, finally, we are catching a glimpse of hope. The registration of COVID-19 vaccine is being carried out via 5 channels. My Sejahtera app, the Jawatan Kuasa Kas Jaminan Akses Bekalan Vaksin COVID-19 JKJAV website, a delegate hotline, manual registration at government hospitals, health clinics, and private hospitals, door-to-door registration for elderly population in rural area. As we all know, Malaysia is not the first country that started COVID-19 vaccination. At the time of preparing this podcast episode, Israel has already vaccinated more than 90% of its population, and the United Arab Emirates has vaccinated 60%, United States and United Kingdom vaccine 22% and 30% respectively. The world, however, has collectively vaccinated only 3% of the population so far. The birth of COVID-19 vaccine is a good news itself. However, one cannot look past the challenge of distributing the vaccines to people worldwide. And more importantly, how do we convince people to get vaccinated when they are being hesitant? The National COVID-19 Immunization Program has 3 phases, with the government targeting 80% of the country's population, or 26.5 million individuals, to receive the vaccine free of charge. The first phase, from March to April, is for the 500,000 of frontliners who are directly involved in the fight against COVID-19, while the second phase, from April to August, for the high-risk group comprising senior citizens aged 60 and above, and the vulnerable groups with mobility problems such as heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure, as well as persons with disabilities. The third phase is from May to February next year, and it is for those aged 18 and above. Even though the government plans to source the COVID-19 vaccine from different manufacturers, currently only Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine has been registered by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency (NPRA), thus giving conditional approval for the use of the vaccine in the country. Malaysia has also recently received the first batch of CoronaVac COVID-19 vaccine manufactured by Sinovac from China on 27 February, and it is undergoing the evaluation process by NPRA. With the arrival of COVID-19 vaccines into Malaysia, many are relieved, but some are getting worried about the safety and the side effects of those vaccines. Studies show that COVID-19 vaccines are effective at keeping you from getting COVID-19. Experts also think that getting a COVID-19 vaccine may help keep you from getting seriously ill even if you do get COVID-19. Take the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine as an example. Among 20 million people worldwide already vaccinated so far with the vaccine, the overall adverse event rate reported was approximately 0.02%. That is much safer than the effects of actually getting COVID-19. Sadly, not everyone is perfectly confident with the efficacy and safety of COVID-19 vaccine. misinformation, coupled with the lightning speed of information spread on the internet, further complicate the effort of vaccinating Malaysians. Public confidence is crucial for the success of Malaysia's COVID-19 immunization program. We hope this episode can help enlighten the facts about COVID-19 vaccination and encourage eligible individuals to receive the vaccine. So, what should you expect after getting the COVID-19 vaccine? Well, you may experience some side effects. Side effects from a vaccine are called an adverse event following immunization, or AEFI. In many cases, the side effects are expected and predictable. They are also mild and short-term. So first, pain and swelling on the arm where you got the shot. Second, fever. Third, chills. Fourth, tiredness. And fifth, headache. We want to emphasize that if you are experiencing these signs, it means that the vaccine is working. Your body is building the protection against COVID-19. These side effects may affect your ability to do daily activities, but they should go away in few days. Here are some tips for you to better manage these side effects. To reduce pain and discomfort where you got the shot, apply a clean, cool, wet washcloth over the area. Use or exercise your arm. To reduce discomfort from fever, drink plenty of fluids, dress lightly, talk to your doctor about taking over-the-counter medicines such as ibuprofen, aspirin, antihistamine, or paracetamol, in another word, Panadol, as easy as ABC. Some media outlets sensationalize the side effects of COVID-19 vaccine with scary titles, such as those that emphasize the number of deaths during its clinical trials. It is true that Norway has reported 30 deaths among elderly people with serious underlying health conditions following administration of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, as well as a few other recipients of the various jabs have had a serious but treatable allergic reaction called anaphylaxis. However, before we let ourselves get discouraged from receiving the vaccines, we need to practice critical thinking by putting this information into perspectives. The 30 deaths were reported among some 40,000 people given the vaccine. Those who died were all about the age of 75 years old and are terminally ill patients anticipated to have only weeks or months to live. In fact, those close to the time of vaccination are not necessary because of the shot. An average of 400 people die each week in nursing homes and long-term care facilities, according to the Norwegian Medicines Agency. What we are trying to say is that, although it is sad that we have lost 30 lives in the vaccination process, but for the reason we have pointed out, the death may not be caused by the vaccine. Even if it was, the death rate is low, and thus worth taking a shot. For the same population, the risk of dying from COVID-19 will be higher compared to dying from getting a COVID-19 vaccine. To further reassure your confidence in the vaccine, millions of doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine has been administered in the US, UK, and some other countries with very low death rate reported. For example, in the US, the CDC and FDA received 1,170 reports of death among individuals in the US who received a COVID vaccine, 0.003% of vaccine people between December 14, 2020 and February 7, 2021. Maybe it wasn't the death rate that concerned you, but the fact that we can have a vaccine so fast, in less than a year, the fastest any vaccine has ever been developed. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, A vaccine can take more than 10 years to fully develop and cost up to 500 million. This is because it is a process with a high failure rate. Often 93% of vaccine candidates failed at the beginning of the process. Most of the years spent were also due to shortage in funding and paperwork. However, in the case of COVID-19 vaccine, speedy development is made possible for the following reasons. Firstly, years of the advanced research in related coronavirus such as SARS and MERS have laid the foundation for the development of COVID-19 vaccine. In addition, a lot of funding was poured into the development by public funders and private philanthropists. Vaccine development is a costly business. While money can buy everything, money certainly can buy a lot, including a vaccine under a year. Last but not least, the rapid development of the COVID-19 vaccine is made possible by the scientists from all around the world collaborating together by sharing their data with each other. For example, roughly 10 days after the first reported pneumonia case in Wuhan, China, the researchers in China quickly uncovered the viral sequence of SARS-CoV-2 and make it available to scientists worldwide, which helped the vaccine development. None of the necessary tests required to evaluate the COVID-19 vaccines were skipped, but rather compressed within a shorter time frame. COVID-19 vaccine was developed quickly, but nothing about it was done overnight. It is made possible because there are many scientists who worked relentlessly years before the virus emerged. If there's anything great about this pandemic, it is that it really shows us the sky is the limit when humanity comes together to support science. Now, let's talk about what's inside the COVID-19 vaccine. There are various ingredients in the COVID-19 vaccines. For instance, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccines mainly contains 4 components. mRNA for SARS-CoV-2, the virus that caused COVID-19. It acts as a recipe that teaches your immune system to produce antibodies that can fight against COVID-19 when you are infected. It will not cause COVID-19. Liquid molecules to protect the mRNA from degradation and help it to be taken up by your body's immune cells. Salts help to maintain the pH level of vaccines to be as close as to your body's. Sucrose molecules, a cryone protectant that prevents the lipids molecule from clumping together when the vaccine is stored at low temperature. Microchips are not one of the ingredients. And no, COVID-19 vaccine won't change your DNA. So stop worrying, folks. COVID-19 vaccines really looks like the standard vaccines that you have received in the past. The UK government has also confirmed that Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine does not contain components of animal origin. According to the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, the Special Muzakara of National Council for the Islamic Religious Affairs (MKI) had decided that the use of COVID-19 vaccine is permissible. The use of vaccines to protect mankind from dangerous disease is unusual in Islam but has been in practice since 1988. Besides Malaysia, other World Fakta institutions have also decreed the need of vaccine use. Among them are the leading institutions of Al-Zahar, Al-Sharif, Fatwa Council of the United Arab Emirates Government, and Majma' Fuqaha, Al-Sharia, United States. If you are not convinced yet, here are the 3 benefits of getting a COVID-19 vaccine. First, it will help keep you from getting COVID-19 and keep you from getting seriously ill even if you do get COVID-19. These are not arbitrary claims. All COVID-19 vaccines that are in development are being carefully evaluated in clinical trials and will be authorized or approved only if they show significant results. Second, it is a safer way to help build protection. Remember that not so distant in the past, some world leaders actually advocated that people get infected by COVID-19 naturally to build natural herd immunity. That sounds so ridiculous at this point, isn't it? After all the complications of COVID-19 we have heard, this is definitely not a good idea. Getting vaccines lets you acquire immunity in a safer manner, period. And third, want a global pandemic to stop? We all do. Wearing masks and social distancing helps reduce your chance of being exposed to the virus or spreading it to others. But these measures are not enough. Vaccines will work with your immune system, so it will be ready to fight the virus if you are exposed. We count on ourselves and each other to stop the pandemic, and the COVID-19 vaccine is an indispensable part of the effort. Remember to register for COVID-19 vaccine today in your MySejahtera apps. More importantly, encourage the people you love to do so as well. Lindungi diri, lindungi semua. That's it for this week's episodes. If you have any question related to the COVID-19 vaccination, you can consult our professional doctors and healthcare professionals on Doc to Us. Doc to Us is a mobile application that allows you to talk to a doctor or any healthcare professionals via text chat at any time and from anywhere. For better communication, you can even send our online doctor images or voice messages related to your medical inquiry. Download Doc to Us app on Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and Huawei App Gallery, or use our web chat at web.doctous.com. Doc to Us is not for medical emergencies. In the event of serious medical conditions, please call 999. For more information about COVID-19 vaccination program in Malaysia, visit www.vaccinecovid.gov.my. Take care. Disclaimer: as a service to our users and general public, Doc to Us provides healthcare education contents. Please note the date of last publication on all podcast episodes. No content in this podcast, regardless of date, should ever be used as a substitute for direct medical advice from your doctor or other qualified clinicians. Till then, see you next time.